Let us pray. On this day of celebration, we give thanks to God for the rich inheritance we have received from this university, for the imagination and enthusiasm of students and staff who have challenged our perceptions and enriched our learning, and for family and friends who encourage us to achieve our goals. We give thanks. Bless those who journey forth from here to their different places and countries of work. Guide those who will use their knowledge of the human mind to bring health and healing to others, to bring greater appreciation of human weakness and strength. Guide those who will use their creative gifts and artistic talents to interpret the form and the beauty of the world around them. Those who will use their appreciation of space and design as they build for future generations. Bless all our graduates, that they may work together for the building up of life in happiness and in hope. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to you all to this morning's graduation ceremony. And I hope it's not too hot today yet. But we'll start the ceremony. It's my pleasure to ask the Principal and Vice Chancellor to address the Assembly.
Thank you. Chancellor, Lord Provost, graduands, honorary fellows, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by welcoming you all to this ceremony, and especially those of you who are visiting Dundee for the first time. I'd like to extend a warm welcome on behalf of the City and the University of Dundee. Now, this graduation ceremony is very much your day, but I think you should know that your achievements are a great source of pride to me personally and to everybody standing here on this stage. So you must permit us to enjoy it as well. This is also a day when I feel an enormous sense of optimism, and it's about the optimism of youth and the optimism that comes from thinking about our future. And because graduation is a time for celebration, but it's also a time for reflection on the many opportunities and challenges to come. So while we look back on the many achievements of our new graduates, surrounded by the tradition and history of a ceremony which has changed little since our beginnings as University College Dundee in 1883, we're also focused firmly on the future. And that same continuum of pride and achievement and ambition for the future was at the heart of our thinking as we set about building and launching a new vision for the university that will shape our thinking, actions and development over the years to come. Our vision has firm foundations built on core values which date back to the beginnings of the university and that have guided the university's development throughout its history. At its heart are the abilities and ambitions of our staff, our students and our graduates, whose ranks are soon to be swelled by the 3,000 or so students who will graduate this week. We have set ourselves a very simple goal. It is to become Scotland's leading university within 25 years. And if we achieve our goal, it follows that the University of Dundee will be celebrated internationally for the quality of our graduates and the impact of our research. In developing our vision, it was important for us to define not only what we wanted to achieve, but also to be clear about how and why we wish to do it. And for this reason, at the centre of our thinking is a core purpose: to transform lives. Our ambitions in this respect include transforming the lives of our students, drawn from local, national and international backgrounds, many of whom will graduate this week. And it extends to applying the knowledge and understanding we gain through research and scholarship to tackle the global problems which universities like Dundee are uniquely able to address. To do this, we identified 3 key challenges which can only be addressed through sustained excellence and by working creatively together across traditional disciplines. Our first key challenge is promoting the sustainable use of global resources. What this means is harnessing the expertise which exists throughout the university to ensure global supplies of water, of food and energy. And it doesn't get much more fundamental than that. Our second key challenge we defined as shaping the future through innovative design. And that's because good design is central to all successful innovations, whether through the appeal and practical utility of objects, buildings or landscapes, or the efficiency of processes. And we will use our leading expertise to put design at the heart of our strategy for innovation. Our final key challenge is to improve social, cultural and physical well-being. And we'll do this through our research and teaching in social, physical and medical sciences, and by promoting the university's central part in the cultural development and economic regeneration of the city. And of course, this week's announcement, which I'm sure many of you are aware of, that the City of Dundee has been shortlisted for the 2017 City of Culture, was a great boost to this idea of the university and the city working together for economic, cultural and social regeneration. Let me turn now to our goal to become Scotland's leading university. Why did we look so far ahead in setting our target, and what is its relevance to those of you who are graduating this week? Well, the answer is in the scale of our ambition and what that means for you as future alumni. If you look back over the last 25 years, few, if any of us, could have imagined the power of the internet, the widespread use of mobile devices, or the threats now presented to the planet by global warming. On a local scale, who could have envisaged the transformation of the city that I just referred to, its waterfront, the plans for the V&A to come to Dundee? And this university today is unrecognisable compared with the institution I joined nearly 24 years ago. So fast forward another 24 years, and our efforts will have transformed our reputation and our standing in a manner which will benefit not just those graduating this week, but future graduates and alumni too. As I've already said, our ambition and transformational thinking gains credibility and strength from our history. Amongst our first celebrated professors were individuals such as Patrick Geddes. He was a botanist, but he became known as the father of town planning. And Darcy Thompson, a biologist who applied mathematical principles to understanding the growth and form of living organisms. These individuals were interested in some of the most important and intractable problems of the day, but they brought thinking to bear from different schools of thought to address them. Now, we emulate their thinking in modern developments such as our Centre for Translational and Interdisciplinary Research, the Centre for Environmental Change and Human Resilience, and in the newly launched Offshore Renewables Institute. Let me now tell you a story that I think vividly illustrates the richness of our history and our commitment to transforming lives. It is the inspirational story of one of our first graduates, Mary Lily Walker. And on this, the centenary of her death, I would like to take the opportunity to champion her achievements. That's Mary on the screen there. It's the only image that I think exists of her. Mary Lily was not only one of the first women in Scotland to be taught in the same classroom as men, winning prizes in botany, biology and embryology, but she was a pioneer for social reform in Dundee and beyond. Her innovative approach to addressing the issues facing mothers and children in Dundee at the time led her to found the UK's first women's restaurant, to provide sustenance for nursing mothers, to set up a women's hospital where women could be treated by female doctors, and to set up children's clinics in Dundee. And the achievement for which she is best known, the founding of the Grey Lodge settlement in Dundee, which educated social workers and offered classes and activities for children in the city, still thrives today after she willed her properties to the organisation. Mary Lilly also wrote the highly influential Dundee Social Union Report of 1905, which detailed the deplorable working and living conditions in Dundee, highlighting the dreadful child mortality rate that existed at the time. It was a publication that was talked about in Parliament and which was influential in liberal social reforms of the day. Before her death, Mary Lilly went on to become one of the first women parish councillors in Dundee and was only one of 2 women to write for the British Society for the Advancement of Science Handbook in 1912. Mary Lilly died in July 1913, 4 days before her 50th birthday. But in her short life, she transformed the social conditions of women in our city and beyond. So, as an institution, we take inspiration from Mary Lilly's story. If each and every one of us tries to emulate her ambition, innovation and imagination, and applies these principles to the way we teach, to our research tackling complex global problems, and to harness our efforts to transforming lives, we will become Scotland's leading university. Who knows, in even less than 25 years. And in doing so, the university will become known around the world for producing leaders and achievers in all walks of life. And that includes many of you who are graduating today. We will be the partner of choice for some of the best institutions in the world, and people will see the University of Dundee as a major player on the world stage. Perhaps most importantly, we will have a significant impact on lives in Dundee, across the UK and around the world, delivering tangible economic, social and cultural benefits. So today, I want to encourage you all to take the skills, knowledge and confidence you've gained while studying at the University of Dundee and to use them to be ambitious and transformational as you go out into the world and build your own lives and careers. I wish you all well for the future and hope you will continue to take pride in the success of this university, as I will undoubtedly take pride in the achievements of each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal. I don't think when the Principal announced that yesterday's news that Dundee was shortlisted for the City of Culture, such fantastic news that I don't think you got an opportunity to enjoy that news and applaud. So I think we should take that opportunity now. In a few weeks' time, we'll enjoy even more when we've beaten the rest of them. It's my pleasure to invite the Dean of Duncan of Jordanstone College of Art and Design to introduce the graduates. Professor Tommins.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with first-class honours, Dorian Brown. Callum Brownlee. Fraser Brownlee. Morgan Khan. Brendan Collins. Alan Davies. Jonathan Douglas. Liam Dunn. Vari Edwards. Florence Gordon. Victoria Gray. Parwell Grimes. Anna Hine. Joanna Jakubowska. Gabrielle Yogileti. Carlo Kasongo. Jonathan Lyons. Elizabeth MacLeod. Ailey Malcolm. Malcolm O'Connell. Jack Patton. Nicola Prosser. Camilla Richardson. Kit Russell. Sean Scott. Daniel Shea. Natasha Todd. Nuria Balsas. Ross Virk. Matthew Wilson. And with upper second class honours, Sam Baxter. Liam Burney. Brindis Blackadder. Jamie Buchanan. Nikki Christie. Paul Corbett. Fergus Cruikshank. Morag Cullens. Yasmin Davidson. Natasa Dichov. Rachel Disbury. Laura Doherty. Isabel Durant. Lily Durant. Jane Flynn. Rebecca Gregg. Greg Hamilton. Chloe Kelman. Darren Kerrigan. Sahar Latif. Slava Lawson. Angel McRitchie. David Main. Dawn Malcolm. Lewis Matheson. Gemma Matheson. Kim McElhinney. Claire McIntyre. Laura McNaughton. Gordon Miller. Lucy Monaghan. Kirsty Millay. Elizabeth Murray. Roisin Murray. Alice Newman. Cathy O'Brien. Ailey O'Fee. Claire Paul. Mary Quidgley. Gina Ramsey. Callum Reid. Claire Rowe. Vivian Russell. Stephanie Scott. Robbie Sivright. Fiona Skinner. Danielle Smith. Lindsay Stephen. Cheryl Thomas. Drew Walker. Helen Wilson. Lada Wilson. Edita Zakorska. Carolina Zero. And with lower second class honours, Freya Allen. Lisa Bailey. Abby Brand. Tom Culhern. Greg Deacon. Stephanie Flynn. Max Gabbett. Marco Galloway. Rory Gardner. Janine Kirkwood. Amanda Lamprecht. Charlotte Lodge. Kirsty MacDonald. Tracy McBride. Daniel McCants. Claire Morrison. Sarah Retty. Ben Rogers. Sarah Roundtree. Natalie Rubzak. Claire Scott. Stephanie Sinclair. Callum Sutherland. Anna Tafolo. Jane Topping. And with third class honours, Robert O'Hara. Samantha Jo Ross. Erin Thompson. Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the award of Bachelor of Arts with honour, awarded posthumously to Jane Kelly, and receiving the award we have Jane's mum, Karen.
Karen, it's with a great privilege and honor that as Chancellor I present to you Jane's Certificate of Graduation. The University is proud to have had Jane as a graduate.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I would also like to present to you her graduation hood that will keep Jane's memory.
Thank you very much.
I thank you for coming today.
Honoured.
The honor is ours.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Professor Innes.
And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, we have Charlotte Adam. Louise Kadja. Rebecca Muir. Nicola Young. For the degree of Bachelor of Design with First Class Honours, Lindsay Barr. Katie Birchall. Gavin Borthwick. Amy Buchanan. Shona Cairns. Ross Crawford. Paula Grubb. Emma Hegarty. Deanne Holden. Jennifer Queller. Beth Lamont. Andrew Leach. Kahai Lip. Kirsty McMorran. John MacDonald. Megan McKinley. Hamish Newell Watson. Anne Pollard. Lucy Robertson. Fawn Russell. Anna Repczynski. Helen Sawyer. Judy Scott. Joanne White. And with upper second class honours, Jason Aitchison. Sonia Angus. Louise Barry. Veronica Bellacona. Rachel Bruce. Louise Campbell. Danielle Carnegie. Adam Copeland. Abigail Crowther. Zoe Davidson. Christina Davis. Rachel Diaz. Hannah Doig. Sarah Drain. Holly Edwards. Holly Gallagher. Pamela Goodman. Peter Holstein. Vicky Kidd. Esther Lockhart. Kirsten Manzi. Kirsty Marshall. Cara McDyer. Faye McClashen. Elliot McIntosh. Catherine McLaughlin. Lindsay Macquarie. Yasmin Memis. Sarah Morby. Christina Monroe. Kirsty Monroe. Kirsty Nicholson. Duncan Perkins. Sarah Pitcairn. John Russell. Emma Swindle. Laura Turuk. With lower second class honours, Rachel Alexander. Dorothy Arnott. Mari Bradford. Lindy Collins. Katrina Doyle. Dale Duncan. Sarah Finnegan. Elaine Garden. Susan Gill. Tarka Heath. Lucy Hunter. Kyle Jackson. Rasa Kisalute. David Leach. Jordan Linton. Sean McGonigal. Vivian McGregor. Jennifer McGurk. Rebecca Paul. John Seaweck. Megan Stenhouse. Alistair Taylor. Lindsay Thompson. Jordan Took. Holly Walker. Lauren White. With third class honours, Finlay Ballantyne. Samantha Key. For the degree of Bachelor of Design, Kirsty Strachan. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with first class honours, Louisa Barrett. Gavin Birmingham. Paddy Cole. Finlay Craig. Karen Kerr. Myra Kevis-Mackey. Jamie Kunka. Cassie Morrison. Virginia Villa-Palacine. And with upper second class honours, Alan Aikman. Richard Booth. Philip Carters. Adam Chesterman. Jonathan Cranston. Rory Finlater. Stephen Fullerton. Fiona Harkins. Sean Jeffries. Gordon Kedsley. Morna McPherson. Stephen Moore. Grant Murdoch. Lauren Robertson. Greg Scott. Nathan Sheech. Colin Sim. Katie Smith. Martin Smith. Roderick Tan. Amy Waldron. With lower second class honours, Mark Cruikshank. Rebecca Dale. Claire Dugan. Stephen Dwyer. David Fisher. Robert Gaskin. Christopher Goodfellow. Lindsay Lawson. Tanya Marshall. Sean McGorran. Michael Skillings. Donald Struthers. Katrina Suter. And with third class honours, Liam Brand. Christopher Dowell. Dalton Garner. David Smith. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Stuart Clift. Michelle Fraser. And for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Andrew Cook, for a thesis entitled Studying Interaction Design by Designing Interactions with Tone of Voice. Andrew Cook. And for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mona Nasseri, for a thesis entitled In the Making and Exploration of the Inner Change of the Practitioner. And for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Simone O'Gallaghan, for a thesis entitled The Liminal Medium, Graphical Tagging and Layered Experiences of the Art Object.
Thank you, Professor Innes. I think you deserve a seat now. It's my pleasure to call upon the Dean of School of Psychology, Professor Trevor Harley. I've never known presenters get such an award.
Wow.
Applause.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science with first class honours, Caroline Finley. Carl Byrne. Audrey Walker. With second-class honours, Suzanne Aiken. Lorraine Bostock. Sarah Hageman. Scott Keeler. Heather Lawson. Alexandra MacLeod. Megan McDade. Kerry Price. Lindsay Rondo. Rachel Somerville. Lewis Bryan. Kyra Lamont. Catherine Prentice. For the degree of Master of Arts with first-class honours, Amy Chappell. Kenneth Gorn. Florentina Soccerell. Victoria Stilwell. Marielle Simoniou. Tess Wakeling. Catriona White. With second-class honours, Emily Anderson. Fraser Anderson. Sarah Anderson. Salamoud Berhernane. Fabia Chantenay. Rebecca Collins. Alexandra Dewar. Shauna Doherty. Laura Drummond. Anna Friedel. Laura Fullerton. Alan Galloway. Leanne Gillespie. Catherine Jameson. Francesca Kidd. Georgina Kidd. Anna Lockhart. Kirsty MacDonald. Sarah Main. David Bagohi. Kim McGivney. Andrew McKechnie. Julia McVeigh. Adam Porter. Chelsea Robertson. Lauren Rooney. Rachel Searle. Milda Scarbiliut. Raquel Smith. Kirsty Spears. Anna Stash. Catherine Stevens. Claire Taylor. Claire Thompson. Petro Turton. Josephine Warman. Natalie Williamson. Sophie Bremner. Claire Brown. Peter Dunwoody. Holly Gardine. Amanda Kyle. Caroline Lawson. Amanda McKenzie. Audrey McGalliard. Isabel Muller. Kirsten Owen. Nicole Spittle. Emma Watson. For the degree of Master of Arts, Archana Dorlika. Stephanie Johnson. Amanda Maguire. Katie Pankhurst. Sarah Withers. For the degree of Master of Science, Tibor Farkash. And for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Vary Bowe.
Thank you, Professor Harley. Can I invite the principal, please?
Chancellor, I have the honour to invite you to confer their degrees in absence upon the candidates who have been unable to attend this ceremony.
By the authority of the Senate, I confer these degrees.
Now, in a moment, I want you all to take the newfound responsibility that you have as graduates of this university and join together in a collective celebration of your success. Now, normally, in most of these ceremonies, I stand here for the next 2 minutes making various encouraging noises to ensure that you all join in this celebration in the full spirit of the occasion. But having listened to the way in which all of you cheered and hollered and generally whistled onto the stage during the ceremony itself, I have absolutely no doubt that this is going to be a pretty raucous performance from all of you. I expect that from Duncan of Jordanstone College of Art. There's, I think the spirit of creative anarchy still exists, and long may it last in that part of our university. I don't really expect it of the psychologists, but boy did they come up to the mark to match that. So what I want you to do is dispense with polite applause. Use any means at your disposal to create lots of noise in celebration. Stamping of feet is quite good. I believe we are insured in case of damage. So please join together in celebration of your success. Well done, everybody. Shouldn't have mentioned the word anarchy, I don't think.
I wonder how long you might have kept that up. Principal Vice-Chancellor, can I invite you to introduce the Honorary Fellows of the University?
Thank you. I have great pleasure this year in introducing our first Honorary Fellows. We've established this honour of recognition of those individuals from outside the institution who have developed a strong relationship with the university and contributed and continue to contribute to its success. Because this university is more than an educational institution, it is part of the fabric of business and civic life in Scotland. And we have really excellent links with the business and civic community. And each of the people we're honouring this week has played a major role in building these relationships, helping to foster a sense of enterprise across the university, engaging with our students and supporting our fundraising and other activities. They have all given freely of their time, their experience and expertise, and all for the good of the University of Dundee. Chancellor, I call upon Mr. Scott Brady. Scott Brady is the university's first entrepreneur in residence and works extensively with our enterprise gym, encouraging students and graduates to develop and commercialise their talents and ideas. Chancellor, for continued and outstanding contribution, I have the honour to invite you to induct as an Honorary Fellow of the University of Dundee, Mr. Scott Brady.
For your continued support and contribution to the university over a long period of time. It's my pleasure as Chancellor to welcome you as Honorary Fellow of the university, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Chancellor, I call upon Professor Malcolm Horner. Malcolm Horner is Emeritus Professor of Civil Engineering at the University and a former Vice Principal. But in addition to his academic career, Malcolm has set up his own company, Whole Life Consultancy Limited. He enjoys a wide range of links with the engineering industry and was previously Chairman of Scottish Enterprise Tayside. Chancellor, for continued and outstanding contribution, I have the honour to invite you to induct as an Honorary Fellow of the University of Dundee, Professor Malcolm Horner.
Great honour now. Thank you very much indeed.
Well, honour's ours. Professor Horner, thank you for your long continued support to the university and the contribution over many years. It is a pleasure. I welcome you as an honorary fellow of the university, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Chancellor, I call upon Mrs. Leslie Knox. Leslie Knox is Chair of Design Dundee Limited, the charitable company which has been formed to take forward the V&A Dundee project. She is a former Chair of Alliance Trust and holds a number of other high-level business positions. Chancellor, for continued and outstanding contribution, I have the honour to invite you to induct as an Honorary Fellow of the University of Dundee, Mrs. Leslie Knox.
Leslie, the few words that the Principal has time to say about your great contribution to the university and the city is not enough. But I hope another occasion, when we win that city of culture, we will have another time. But I thank you enormously for your great contribution and welcome you as an Honorary Fellow of the university.
Thank you. Honour is mine.
Chancellor, I call upon Mr. Gary McEwen. Gary McEwen is perhaps the most self-effacing entrepreneur that I know. He's Chief Executive of Enterprise North East Trust and a keen promoter of enterprise, particularly in areas of social deprivation and with young people who have less than straightforward lives. He has been awarded the Queen's Award for Enterprise Promotion. Chancellor, for continued and outstanding contribution, I have the honour to invite you to induct as an Honorary Fellow of the University of Dundee, Mr. Gary McEwen.
Mr. McEwen, Gary, I have a long list of things I can say to you about your contribution, but today let me thank you for the enormous contribution you made to the university, and I welcome you as an Honorary Fellow of the university. Thank
you. Chancellor, I call upon Mr. John Milligan. John Milligan was Chair of the University's Court, the institution's governing body, from 2004 to 2010. He began his wide-ranging career as a miner at the age of 16 and rose to become Chairman and Chief Executive of Atlantic Power and Gas. He now runs the Ballathi Estate near Perth, and he acts as Chair of the University Fellows Group. Chancellor, for continued and outstanding contribution, I have the honour to invite you to induct as an Honorary Fellow of the University of Dundee, Mr. John Milligan.
Mr. Milligan, I can't really call you anything else but John, because I've known you for such a long time. In fact, you might have been responsible for the position of honour that I occupy now as Chancellor, but your contribution has been very long-term. And I thank you for your continued contribution to the university and welcome you as Honorary Fellow of the university.
And that concludes our induction of honorary fellows. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Principal and Vice-Chancellor. Now, for your entertainment and enjoyment, I'm going to introduce to you the next winners of the International Choir Competition, or even the next winners of Britain Has Talent.
I'm on the top.
Thank you. I told you they'll win it next time. Can I ask you please to be upstanding? I declare this academic ceremony closed.